Andrea, Germany got you and Malaina, who unfortunately cannot be here today, but leg seven
Mhm.
of The Amazing Race was a nightmare for you guys.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you saw Phil at the carnival?
Oh gosh, it was just a dagger to our hearts. It was like, oh my goodness, we must have been really, really, really lost if Phil came to the carnival and we couldn't even meet him at the mat. So it was very disappointing. But we tried our best. We did what we could, and this is where we got us. But hey, this experience was a once in a lifetime experience. I would not change anything for the world. I've met 12 other amazing teams that I know will be in my life forever. I got the opportunity to be on my favorite show, check off my bucket list. So it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, sure. Well, let's just go back to the start of the leg then. How did you
Yeah.
guys get so lost? Because you got separated from the pack somehow. We saw a caravan of cars on the highway, and then suddenly you guys were like in the fields.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, editing. But what they didn't show you was when we were coming out of the airport garage, we were like the third team out. So it was Greg and John that was leading out. Then it was Robin and Chelsea, and then it was us. To be honest, when we ran to the cars, like the other pack, they ran off somewhere else. And I'm like, where are they going? The cars are this way, in front of us. Why are they going back? Either way, we kept on running towards the cars, and we're coming out of the garage. And of course, like I said, Greg and John were leading the pack. Robin and Chelsea were in front of us, and they veer off on some wrong exit. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, where are they going? Okay, well, we're still, Greg and John is in front of us. We're still following them. Then they veer off somewhere, and I'm like, well, where are we going? Y'all supposed to be still on this road. And hindsight is 2020. We probably should have veered off with Greg and John, because as you saw, they've been coming in first or second a lot of times. So we should have got lost with them. At least we know we would have found our way back and would have, probably made the top three.
So did either of them go in the right direction, or they both just took a wrong exit and they
I think
eventually
they took
just
a
got back
wrong
on?
exit, but yeah, I think they took a wrong exit, but they
They got
course
back on
corrected
track. Yeah.
themselves real quick, right? However, we took the wrong exit and kept on getting lost. And
So
then
you guys you thought you were on the right track when you
well, we
got
were on the
separated from
right track, but then there was a detour, which they don't show you. There was a
them.
detour because they were doing construction on the road, and that threw us off. So traffic was backed up because of that. And then there was an accident on the road. So accidents that cause traffic jams as well. So we were just all flustered. So
Mhm.
between those two and then trying to finally get to Cobb, that was just a trek and a half. It was just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what is going on?
So how long did you guys drive before you hit that gas station to get directions
You
or
talking about when we
convenience
went to
store
the
or something?
the convenience store? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was gonna say there was a couple other
Oh,
gas
you
stations
stopped
that
multiple times.
yeah, we stopped multiple times. So which gas station? No, but so by then we were already in Cobb by then. It was just a matter of trying to find the ferry. And I want to say we left Frankfurt like around 9:30, 10. We didn't get to Cobb probably closer to 3:34.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was a lot of driving. So I was like, they edited a lot out. It was a lot of driving, and of course, by then, we're tired, we're hangry, we haven't eaten all day, and we were like, let's just get to Cobb and get there. And we're like, all right, now we're here. Who knew there were more than one castle? There were like 3 or 4 castles in Cobb, and who knew there was more than one ferry you can go across the river? There were
Well,
like 4 or 5
the
different
ferry
ferries.
thing was interesting because Malaina said that you guys passed the correct one 15 times and you said no. So what
So
happened?
it's so, and that's and I'm glad you brought that up, because the signs don't even, so it said in our clue, go to, I forget the German name of the ferry, some name in German. It began with the F, but none of the ferry signs stated the name of the ferry. It just said ferry, Fahre,
Mhm.
or Fahre with the 2 dots on top of the E, ferry, and then Cobb, the name of the city or the town. It didn't say, this is ABC Ferry Cobb. how we were supposed to know? We didn't know until you actually got out the car and go and like, hey, are we at the right ferry? And it was like, and the language barriers. Some people understood what we were saying, some people didn't. And then once we point to it, they're like, oh no, it's down there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now we're moving. Now we got to go again. So none of the signs for those ferries actually said the name at top. So we never knew which one it was. And I didn't realize phonetically, Fahre is ferry, if you phonetically say it. But I mean, at the time,
Yeah,
when
you're
you're
just
in it, you're so stressed. It's so stressful. You're just trying to get to where you need to go. And then when we got to the ferry, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I got your coins." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, and we're like, "Have you seen any other teams?" No. I'm like, of course you didn't see
so
any other teams.
you guys thought you were in first when he said that.
Yes, we actually thought we were in first. He was like, "I didn't see any other teams." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is great."
They
Of
got
course,
just as lost as we did. So
exactly. Of course, you didn't see any other people because this is not the ferry.
yeah. Well, he also gave you euros, and you read the
Right,
clue and it said exchange for a bag of historical coins. So you didn't
right.
think that was strange?
Well, you know what? And thinking back at it now, when he was giving us the change, his change was in a bag. When he was giving us the change, it was, oh my gosh, it was so crazy. But right, exactly. We should have just stopped. We were just so excited, like we found somebody that can actually speak English and was giving us coins. We should have just stopped and like read the clue over again.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, read the clue once, twice, three times, even five times. Read the damn clue.
So
That
then
was a game changer.
you had to go back to the right ferry, obviously. So how
Right.
long did that take? Because we
That
see
didn't
get
that didn't
directions at
take
one
long.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't take long because to be honest, when we got to the castle and I opened the clue, there was another clue in the clue box. So I'm like, oh, someone else is just as lost as us. So
So you still
when
didn't
I
think you were last.
well no, well because there's another clue in the clue
Yeah.
box, so I know I'm not last. So when I went up to do the actual roadblock, and he was like, you need more than three. I needed like, more than three coins. I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Something's amiss here. Let me go back down. So that's when we went down, went to the right ferry. When I knew, the quicksand was gone, it was when we came back and that clue was gone. Because I checked the box again. The clue was gone from the box. I'm like, oh, whoever was lost has gotten the clue and they have moved on.
And then so then that at that point you figured you were definitely last
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
at that point we're like, oh, we're last
Yeah.
because that clue is gone and we're now just doing the roadblock.
So what
And
was the
we haven't even done the detours yet.
right? And there was an extra roadblock that you didn't even know about. So um
Exactly. Exactly. Didn't even get that part.
so what was your drive to Cologne like then? Because we didn't see any of that.
It was very quiet. I'll tell you that much.
Did you get lost?
It was very quiet. At that point, we were, you could tell like our energy levels was kind of down because we knew we were, in last place. So it was just like, let's just get to the next destination. We stopped, I think, once to get directions, and we were like, all right, this is it.
Hmm. Did you think you would get a mercy elimination like that?
No,
No, you
no, I
think
think
you would be able to finish the leg?
no, the mercy, yeah, I mean, by then it was getting late, to
Yeah.
be honest. It was getting real late in the evening. So it was like, yeah,
Mhm. How do you
it's
think
it's
you guys would have done on the remaining tasks? Like obviously Malaina would have had to do the other roadblock. Like which detour would you have chosen?
oh, you talking about between it was what, between kicking the ball
Yeah,
to get
kicking
66
and the
or the
mustard.
tasting, yeah, the
Yeah.
mustard. I think we would have tried the kicking first because the kicking didn't seem too bad.
Hmm.
But I noticed that a lot of the teams they started out with that and were like, all right, let's just go because either, I saw Ashley was not doing well with her kicking skills. So I think we would have done that. Like we would have tried a couple times, and if we can't, let's just switch and go to the other detour. And I think the mustard one is just about memorization and the taste. So, we could have easily divvied it up. You remember the first half, I remember the second half, and put it, We would have
Mhm.
done that easily.
Yeah.
Now the locks one, that was the second roadblock, right?
Yeah.
When they had to find the locks. I don't know if Malaina would be able to done that because I know Malaina and her attention to detail is not good. Hence why I did the tiles challenge because I
Mhm.
know my attention to detail is better. Those millions of locks, I don't know if she would have been able to do that one.
Interesting. So I mean, well, you guys also or like Joel and Garrett, like they thought, you know, watching the episode, they thought they were last and they were
I
saved for you guys.
know.
Have you guys talked since then?
We've talked briefly. But I mean, it's it's the luck of the draw. It's like,
Yeah.
you think you're out of it, and you never know until Phil is
Yeah.
tells you.
For sure. Why do
Yeah.
you think you guys had so much trouble with the self-navigation?
Um. Well, for one, just because of the different like the signs were like some of the signs were in different language, in German, and they wasn't really like it wasn't explicitly clear. And again, there was a detour in construction, so that threw us off. So I just think that between the signs and us, um just us trying to navigate the signs and our directions that we had, it
Mhm.
was just a lot harder than what we thought it was.
Yeah. Maybe if you guys went to the opposite direction with the other teams in the garage, you would have stuck with them.
Yeah, or like I said, stuck with Greg and John.
Yeah.
We all get
Just
lost
follow
together.
them. Another first place. So there you
Exactly.
go.
Just follow them. Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's all I have, but it was so much fun watching you guys. You're so entertaining. Your dynamic is so much fun. Hopefully you get a second chance. We'd love to
Yes,
see that.
exactly. Everyone, look, put a good word out, everybody, because
I know.
we both would love to come back. If they do an Amazing Race All Stars, count the out of towners in. We are definitely willing to come back as the comeback team for another season. I love the Amazing
Really
Race.
strong. So
Yes, Philly strong. Philly Jones, Philly strong.
thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Joyce.